my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, nah, unlikely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into...
All right, here we go now. Can y'all hear me all right? Let me know if you can hear me in the live chat. It's game day, y'all. Pittsburgh Steelers. This is the start of the 2023 season. You know, for those that listen to my audio only podcast on Steel Curtain Network, that came out this morning around noon. I said that if the NFL season if the season was a marathon, right, then this would be the warm-up. This is just the warm-up game. This is the first time we get to see this team come out in against anybody. There's been a lot of hype. There's been a lot of viral footage that's gone on. You know, everybody's seen George Pickens go up there and basically moss Joey Porter and make some incredible catches. There's been a lot of hype surrounding Deontay Johnson this training camp as well. Najee Harris is he looks like he has a chip on his shoulder. I'm excited. I'm excited for this season. I'm excited for the team. I'm excited for this game. The Pittsburgh Steelers will be taking on Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, from all indications, Baker Mayfield is in rare midseason form, throwing interception after interception in training camp. So we'll see if that transitions into the stadium or if that's just a practice thing. But we'll see. We'll see. Derpy comes in saying Kenny is only going to play one series tonight. Yeah, that has been what has been indicated out there. That Kenny Pickett is going to get one series. I'm excited. You know, I hope it's, I'm sure if the series is like a couple of plays or a 3 and out, I wouldn't be surprised if he comes in for another one. I want to say that they're probably going to keep Kenny Pickett for one drive. You know, if there's a situation where the Pittsburgh Steelers can move the ball and get a couple of first downs, yeah, I only see him in there for one series. But if it's a 3 and out and it's a run, pass, punt type of situation, I do kind of can see a situation there where Mike Tomlin throws in Kenny Pickett again. Let's see. Let's move this around. It's going to be our scoreboard for the night. This is the first time that I've ever done a commentary play-by-play or whatnot. So don't judge me too hard. But I got a scoreboard. I got a banner that's going to be going on. Let me, oh man, I forgot to create it. Well, for those that don't know, the actual game itself will not be aired live on the channel. I'll be watching it, obviously, but due to copyright with the NFL, they won't allow us to play the game. So we're just doing a watch party and a play-by-play commentary. Man, I need to learn to work on my spelling. NFL copy, right? Yeah. I'll have it scrolling. There you go. Let's say hello to everybody in the building. We got Jared Devil. We got Aquatic Life. We got Steelers fan. We got Derpy Entertainment. What up, Claude? How's it going, my man? Looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this game. Looking forward to finally seeing the Pittsburgh Steelers against another team. So how does everybody feel about about Kendrick Green. He's going to be the apparently the new safety. I mean, new safety. What am I saying? He's a new fullback. Uh, be working in a couple of plays. I think it's more than gimmick. I think it's more than gimmick. I think it's more than just um, practice situations. Uh, he's out there actually working on ball protection, working on the jugs, things of that nature. He's actually taking it quite serious. So I doubt we see it tonight. Maybe then again, they did throw it out there in Friday Night Lights. So, uh, but even if we do or don't see it tonight, I think that is going to be something that is going to be deployed this season. Let's see. And I'm calling the game. I'm gonna try. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Claude. Glad you enjoyed it. For those that don't know, I am on the Drunk Turkey Show. Last night we were talking about some UFOs, some aliens, and some sightings that were going on in Peru. It was a great time. It was a great time. So I think we are about 4 minutes till kickoff. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Making sure I'm seeing the same thing. Because I just got the NFL Plus thing today. It's part of my season ticket deal. And no long story short, I just logged in today. And so making sure everything works correctly. I'm going to send out the stream to a couple of folks. So who you guys more so excited to see? Who y'all excited to see? I'm excited to see, Dan Moore and Broderick Jones. I want to see that battle. I'm excited, obviously, to see Kenny Pickett, George Pickens, and all the stars. But there are certain position battles that I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see the left tackle. I want to see the slot cornerback position. Now, I've been saying throughout the beginning portion of training camp, and actually right before training camp, I had a live where we were talking about predictions, and I predicted that Elijah Riley would be making this team. And I say that, and then the very next day, first day in training camp, he ends up intercepting Mason Rudolph, and right in front of Darnell Washington. And so, um, I'm excited about Elijah Riley. He's my dark horse, surprise pick for the 53 man roster pre, um, training camp starting. And so I'm excited to see what he's going to be able to do out there today, and if he's going to be able to put be that guy. Jan Sullivan, guy in front of him. I'm not too high on. He wasn't too. He wasn't the. He wasn't rated very high on PFF. I believe he was rated below like Arthur Mollett. So we'll see. But I like Elijah Riley. I want to see Joey Porter Jr. Yeah, Claude Bishop brings up a great one. Calvin Austin III. He was a guy that was a rookie last season, and unfortunately, just got injured before the first preseason game, so we never got the chance to see him. I am excited to see him as well. Let's see. Not yet. We have 1 minute. 1 minute until kickoff or the start of this, where I can turn it on and tell you guys what I'm seeing. "100% Aquatic says basically everything. So many intriguing storylines. Hard to pick just a few. People are talking about Kenny Dude who plays safety. Keanu Neal. I think that's who you're referring to. All right, it's 6 o'clock here, 7 o'clock in Pittsburgh. Making sure everything's good on this end. And it's about to turn on. All right. So just starting, and it looks like it's going to be the Tampa Bay broadcast, as currently we're seeing all of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers practicing and participating in training camp. So the program has started, but it hasn't. The game obviously hasn't. They showed a drop pass. That was awesome. So the Pittsburgh Steelers will be wearing the dark colored uniforms today in Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay, Florida. It's going to be a hot and muggy one, guys. That is going to be, in my opinion, a strategic advantage for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They've been accustomed to the humidity, accustomed to the heat down in Florida and the south side of the United States. It's pretty warm out there. I'm in Texas right now, and it's been extremely hot down here. We don't have the humidity, especially the humidity that Florida does. So I'm not surprised that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be out there in the black uniforms. It's a strategic edge. Right now they have on showing the field. Well, that's why, for instance, I'll be at the Houston Texans game when the Pittsburgh Steelers take on C.J. Stroud, who made his NFL preseason debut. I believe it was yesterday. Didn't look so good. Baker Mayfield trots onto the field wearing number 6. It was back to his number from when he played with the Cleveland Browns. He's in a quarterback position battle with Kyle Trask, who was the former first round 2021. I'm sorry, he was a second round draft pick out of 2021. I think he was like one of the first picks there for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the 2021 draft. He was a guy that I think that some people were kind of tying the Pittsburgh Steelers to when he came out. But they're going to a commercial break. Man, I'm looking forward to this. What's going on, Jaime? Coming in from Florida, rooting for Steelers. It's too quiet. Too quiet, Daniel says. Too quiet. Should I put some music on? Let me see. Let's do that. I don't know if I want the whole music thing. It'd have to be a lot lower. Let's see. The Steelers fan says I better have good play-by-play so that everybody knows what is going on. Uh-oh. Come bring me the here in a minute on the next commercial break. I'll go see if I can check it out and fix it for you. Let's see. So right now, TJ Watt, Larry Ogunjobi, and Cam Hayward are among Steelers who are wearing or watching in sweatpants while warm-ups are taking place at St. James. At St. James, what in the hell? At Raymond James Stadium. Sorry, guys. I have dyslexia, and sometimes when I'm reading something, especially out of my view, things will come out the wrong way. I could hear my wife laughing at me from the other side. Joey Porter Jr. isn't warming up either. His pro debut will be at least another week. Dang it. So we got some breaking news, y'all. Looks like TJ Watt, Larry Ogunjobi, Cam Hayward, and Joey Porter Jr. are all going to be out this game and not be participating. It's unfortunate. That is breaking news coming in right now from the Steel Current Network, group there that I'm a part of. Also in the secondary that, for those that will not be playing is Minka Fitzpatrick, Trey Norwood, and Namonte Casey. Also Keanu Neal. So already, the expectation was that the Pittsburgh Steelers were going to start anybody who was, able to or not injured. So far, it looks like the majority of the defense will not be participating. That's good news for Baker Mayfield. Let's see. It looks like a warm day in Florida. Raymond James Stadium, Tampa Bay, Florida, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right, what is my prediction for win-loss for this team this year? I'm going to go ahead and say that if health is there, that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to go 12-5 this year. And I do think they're going to be competing for the AFC North. I'm not, I understand, the hype around Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. However, he's a little bit injury prone. They lost some key players on the defense. I think there's a good chance here. Let's see. Mark Robinson is going to lead the team tackles. Perhaps. All righty. It looks like the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be kicking off to start. I already got to read. And BT Potter out of Clemson is going to be doing the kicking off duties. Already also appears that Chris Boswell will probably not be participating today, which, with Chris, I don't think he needs to. I think Chris Boswell is going to be a guy that, he's a Wizard of Oz. He's clutch. He's, he may have had a down season last year. I think injuries may have played a toll or a role in that. But, I don't think he needs to be out there. He's one of those guys that, the Steelers know who he is. And the 2023 Pittsburgh Steelers preseason is off, and the kick goes back out of the end zone, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be coming out to the 25-yard line. Al Trout, Baker Mayfield and company. Thank you, Aquatic. She says, Aquatic says they agree with me. So Baker Mayfield goes under center. It appears that Alex Highsmith is out there, and alongside on the other side is going to be Marcus Golden. It is a handoff up the middle for minimal gain. There's a little bit of a push, 3 yards. Inside linebackers, I can tell right now I see Landon Roberts, and could not tell camera situation. 2nd down and 6, gain of 4 at the Tampa Bay 29. It is, in fact, Cole Holcomb as the inside linebacker. Out on the edge, it appears that it is Levi Wallace and James Pierre. Another run up the middle for minimal gain, about 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down. Third down and 2. I will say that Marcus Golden looks kind of small out there. James Pierre on the outside, Levi Wallace on the other side. Another run up the middle. This time is stopped by Quan Alexander. 4th down. Man, he looks fast. Quan Alexander into the game, stops Vaughn for a minimal gain of a 1 yard, 4th and 1, 3 and out. The Pittsburgh Steelers defense come to play. What is this? It appears that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are staying out there, 4th and 1 at their own 34. It's preseason. They go for it. There's a penalty flag. It didn't look like he got there. There was a penalty. It looked like there was some sort of maybe a false start or illegal formation. It is a false start on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They'll be going back. Fortunately for them, because it did not appear it was a quarterback sneak. They ran up to the line, snapped the ball. Baker Mayfield did not appear to have made the yard to gain. It would have been turnover on downs right there. Fortunately for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they got a false start. We'll be moving back 5 yards and be punting to who we expect to be Kenny Pickett and for his first and only drive. So Baker Mayfield, no opportunities to throw the ball there against the Steelers defense. 3 straight runs for a total gain of 9 yards and then a penalty. Tampa Bay Buccaneers punt the ball off, and they punt back to number 16. Let me figure out who that is. That is Jalen Elliott. Or Jordan Bird. I'm sorry. There's 2 number 16s on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Interesting. I would have thought that we would have seen Calvin Austin back there, returning some punts. That's something that we haven't seen, but in fact, it was not Calvin Austin. Interesting. So Pittsburgh Steelers come out in shotgun formation. Appears they have 3 wide receivers. Pickett goes back to pass. Pass catch by Deontay Johnson, who's running forward. Gain of 8 yards. I will say that Kenny Pickett does look a lot larger than he did last season. I was watching a couple of the games from last year, and he definitely does look like a bigger, thicker person. So the Pittsburgh Steelers are back out there in shotgun. Najee Harris next to Kenny Pickett. Dan Moore is at the left tackle. Pat Frymuth goes in motion. Snap. Another pass. Pat Frymuth over the middle. First down. Pittsburgh Steelers. Gain of approximately about 8 yards there. So it's not run, pass, punt. Already liking what I'm saying. Already targeting over the middle of the field. And another thing that I'm liking is Kenny Pickett looks very poised in the pocket. His feet aren't moving. He had a little bit of what I thought was like happy feet last season. Not so much this time. Kenny Pickett in shotgun, trips at the top. Allen Robinson goes in motion. This is another pass. Dumps it out to Najee Harris. Looks like a loss of 1 yard. That looked like a design throw to the running back out in the flat. An extension of the pass. Man, so in this play here, you can actually see how fast Seumalo can move from one side to another. In that play, they show the Tampa Bay Buccaneers try to apply some pressure there, and Seumalo picks it up with ease. 2nd and 11 on the Pittsburgh Steelers 30. Jaylen Warren is in the game. He gets the toss, gain of about 1 yard. It'll be 3rd down. That was the first run of the game. And goes to Jaylen Warren, who just runs into a sea of Tampa Bay Buccaneer defenders. Out there was Darnell Washington. So he did see some time with the ones. I saw him out there as a blocking tight end. He comes off the field. Kenny Pickett back, shotgun. It's moving. First down, throw to Deontay Johnson along the sideline. Gain of approximately 14 yards. Way to go. Way to go. I'll tell you what, Kenny Pickett looks a lot more comfortable, and he still has his ability to just move in the pocket. He had a little bit of a pressure coming off the right side. Chukwuekorfor was getting a little bit beat in the inside. Kenny Pickett was able to move around it. Zach Gentry in the game. He goes into motion. Kenny Pickett under center. Jalen Warren at the running back position. Also out there is Darnell Washington. Handoff to Jalen Warren. Makes a few people miss. First, well, gain of about 9 to 10 yards. We'll see if it's a first down. Now, this is a drive that I want to see. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers moving. Allen Robinson, wide receiver, just did and they're showing the replay, did a phenomenal block there. This team is moving with urgency and with a purpose. There's not much time, or there's not no wasted time between the snaps. And it looks like, I think I just saw Matt Canada on the field. Play action pass to Najee Harris. Kenny Pickett looks down the field, throws to another wide open Deontay Johnson pass down the sideline. Deontay Johnson is a guy that I said was my early prediction for this year's MVP. I said that along with the Elijah Riley, being the surprise dark horse for making the 53. I said that Deontay Johnson is going to have a big year, and he is open by a wide range and looks very fast. This offense looks very fast. Kenny Pickett in shotgun. They're at the Tampa Bay 35. We have Gunnar Olszewski going in motion. Handoff to Jalen Warren out of the shotgun. Gain of approximately 3 yards or so. Short gain. Up the middle. Oh, thank you, Aquatic Life. I appreciate that. Going back into the huddle. Miles Boykin is in the game, and so is Jalen Warren. Kenny Pickett in the shotgun formation. George Pickens at the bottom of the screen. Goes back. Kenny Pickett makes a man miss. Throws the ball at the feet of Jalen Warren as he's getting tackled to the ground. It'll be third down. There seems to be a little bit of pressure coming off that right side. Chukwuefor is going to need to buckle that up. It was extremely quick. Didn't really have an opportunity to survey the field or anything. Great reaction time. Great reaction by the second-year quarterback in Kenny Pickett, because Yeye Diaby, rookie out of Louisville, had him dead to rights. Kenny Pickett in shotgun. Takes the ball pass, throws the ball down the field to George Pickens, makes a man miss. 5, touchdown, Pittsburgh Steelers, George Pickens. Kenny Pickett to Pickens. Pickett to Pickens. I think we're going to be hearing that often on the 3rd and 8 conversion. There it is. There it is. Our guys look amazing. Roy Martinez asked, how were we able to watch it if we're not in the area? I went to NFL Plus, I think it's what it's called. There's a subscription there and allow you to watch the out-of-market Steeler games. That was a great play by the Pittsburgh Steelers, Kenny Pickett and George Pickens. Yeah, great positioning of the ball. George Pickens made a few people miss and just, oh, wow, almost a block on the extra point. What is the guy's name? Potter. BT Potter, it does end up making it off of the upright. But George Pickens, Pickett to Pickens, that was awesome. Gosh, man, I've missed this. I have missed this. Now I know this is just preseason, and this is vanilla and those things, but they looked impressive. The biggest concern for me right now is going to be the right side of the offensive line. Chukwuefor, it seemed like he was having a little bit of trouble there with the rookie, rookie outside linebacker there for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Number 0, which is Yaya Diaby out of Louisville. And it seems like he's giving him a little bit of trouble there. Dan Moore seems to be holding his own. If this ends up being a situation, this is, I'm not sure much about this rookie prospect that's in there for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm not big into college. When it comes to the draft and things of that nature, I look at the positions that I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to acquire and go from there. And once somebody gets drafted, that's when I really kind of hone in on those players. And so I'm not familiar with a lot of the players that the opposition or other teams pick, but this is a rookie outside linebacker going up against Chukwuefor, who's a veteran, right tackle who's been in the league for a few years. I'm a little bit concerned there, but that being said, 7-0 Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, let me update that real quick. I almost forgot. And the Pittsburgh Steelers will be kicking off to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The kick is received at the 5-yard line by Tampa Bay. Has little room, makes it out to about the 22-yard line, stopped by number 44. That used to be Derek Watt. That is Sean Tucker, running back out of Syracuse. Oh, wait, I'm looking at the wrong. Number 44, that's for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I was like, we don't got Devin White. What's this? Again, this is my first time doing this. Yeah, Claude's correct. 83 yards in 10 plays. Couldn't get any better than that. Baker Mayfield goes back to pass, throws, first pass, catch, makes 3 people miss. Tompkins gets a gain of approximately 4 yards. Should have been a loss of like 4 or 5 yards there. That was Tanner Muse by the Pittsburgh Steelers, number 44. The first miss is by number 35. That better not be Elijah Riley. Some new players here. That was Elijah Riley who missed. Yeah. Come on, man. I was talking you up here. All right, Baker Mayfield goes back, does a play action pass, is on the run. He has a first down pass for approximately 8 yards. It'll be 1st and 10. Pass to Trey Palmer. Baker Mayfield was being chased by David Perales. It'll be 1st and 10 at the Tampa Bay 33-yard line. Baker under center. 2 wide receivers out to the bottom of the screen. It is a handoff. There is a flag on the play right away. Running back makes a couple people miss. Gain of approximately 11 yards. If it stands, there is a flag. Flag came out early. Let's see what that flag was. I think it's going back. Players are moving back. Illegal formation on the offense. With 5 yards back. It appeared, Roy, that the starters were out there for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And, right now on offense, you still got Baker Mayfield out there who's in a quarterback camp battle. Oh, wow. Who was that? Boom. Quan Alexander. And he's looking good, y'all. He's looking fast. Comes in with a loss of 6 on the handoff. But there was a guy up front who created pressure right away. I'm sorry, it's not a loss of 6. It was a loss of 1. It's 2nd down and 16 because of the 5-yard penalty. But I think it was Martavius Adams who just created a tremendous amount of pressure up the front. Baker Mayfield under center. Puts a wide receiver in motion, does a handoff to the receiver. It is a sweep. A gain of approximately 6 yards for Thompson, Tampa Bay wide receiver. It'll be 3rd down and about 10 yards. It does appear that a lot of the Steelers obviously a lot of the Steelers defense didn't even, the starters didn't even, play this game. Appears that Alex Highsmith is out, and so is Elandon Roberts. It's Cole Holcomb and Quan Alexander as the inside linebackers. Baker Mayfield has all day to throw. It's moving around. Penalty flag. Baker Mayfield's pushed out. Looks like short to game, but there is a penalty. There is a flag on the play. That Dave Perales guy, he's applying some pressure. It is on Tampa Bay. Let's see what they do. It is a hold on the offense. And it was accepted. So it'll be 10 yards back. Replay the down. I'll be honest, I'm not sure if I saw a hold there or not. I couldn't see where they were pointing it out. I don't have the volume up on it, so I'm not sure what number they were. They had a few linemen on the screen, and I couldn't tell. But it's 3rd and 18. Baker Mayfield at the 25-yard line in shotgun. Looks like 3 receivers out, 1 tight end, 1 running back to his side. Ball a snap. Baker Mayfield goes to pass. Does a quick slant. Broken up right away by Shannon Sullivan, or stopped right away by Shannon Sullivan's gain of minimal yards. 4th down and 10. Steelers D does it again. Oh, you know what? Sullivan looked kind of physical there. He looks big. He's wearing number 34. Kind of looks a little like slightly smaller than Terrell Edmonds was, but doesn't look. He look good out there. It's going to be punt. 4th and 12. No, number 54 got held. Gotcha. Penalty, number 16 again. Again, it is not CA3. Multiple penalty flags on the play. You stop at the 15-yard line. If these penalties are on the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're going to be pushed back pretty far. That is Bird on the return. Kind of interesting. Not going to lie. Very interesting that Bird is getting the start at the special teams position. Even if you're, in my opinion, if there's a indication there that, Austin's going to be your guy. He didn't play at all last year. I don't understand why you wouldn't play him. Let's see what the penalties are. There's a block in the back on the Pittsburgh Steelers. That penalty is declined. There's a holding on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that penalty is accepted. And the Pittsburgh Steelers will be half the distance to the goal. Should be Mitch Trubisky coming out after the break. I think that first series was considered a drive, in my opinion, and a good one for Kenny Pickett. It's an interesting game so far. And I do have the NFL Plus, so I know I'm probably a little bit behind here. Let's see. I'll tell you what, though. Pittsburgh Steelers are looking good, in my opinion, y'all. They're moving fast. Defense is looking good. I like it. Yeah, I agree. Danny Smith better get his special teams together. That's for sure. But so far, I like it. I think we're only going to go to probably the halftime for this one. And the next one, we'll probably do the entire game just because that's, I think the second game is the dress rehearsal. And so I'll be doing this play-by-play commentary throughout the preseason. I'll see what translates into the regular season. I do attend a couple of the games throughout the year, so there's a good possibility that a few of them I won't be able to, go commentate or do play-by-play. But like for instance, I'll be at the Cleveland Browns game on Monday night. I'll be there. Then I'll be at the Houston Texans game, and then there's a good possibility that I'll be also at the Cincinnati Bengals game. The last home game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I am a season ticket holder. I still have some tickets available. If you guys are interested in purchasing some season tickets, I do have two. I have a pair of season tickets per game. Some of the games have already been taken up. I think I have like 3 or 4 left. Hit me up at stateofthesteelers@gmail.com if you're interested in that. We'll work something out. I'll hook you guys up. Let's see. But yeah, I'll be out there for a few games this year. I'm excited. My brother actually bought myself and my parents, or my dad and my other brother, the tickets to the Houston Texans game, since we're not too far away. I just hope that we're in the shade, because September in Texas is brutal. And Mitch Trubisky is in the game. Hand off to Anthony McFarland, who gets about 4 yards on the handoff. We have Kendrick Green at center, Kevin Dotson at guard. Looks like the backups are in as indicated. This is the one thing that kind of stinks about having to watch these preseason games, is that you're stuck watching the Tampa Bay's footage. So right now they take the dang camera off the game and put it on the commentator. So Mitch Trubisky finally back in the game in the shotgun formation. Anthony McFarland back there. There's a misdirection. Handoff to Anthony McFarland for minimal gain. Calvin Austin makes an appearance. He was the receiver in motion on this play. That was a fake handoff to him in the jet sweep, and then it was a handoff to McFarland. It'll be 3rd down and 6. Now, there was one thing that I had heard in throughout training camp, was that there was a notable difference in the play calls between the quarterbacks. Mitch Trubisky is back in the shotgun with Anthony McFarland next to him. Goes back to pass, throws the ball to no one. There's some miscommunication there, 100%. It appeared that he was going to Gunnar Olszewski, and he went out and looked like Mitch Trubisky thought he was going in. Fortunately, nobody was there. That could have been disastrous. 4th and 6. The Pittsburgh Steelers will be punting for the first time today, as number 4, Brandon Mann, makes his Pittsburgh Steeler debut, kicking out of his own end zone. Brandon Mann with the punt. That's pretty, falls short of the 50, has a good Steelers bounce, and is down by number 35, a different 35, I think, than Elijah Riley. Luke Barco out of San Diego State, cornerback. So I might get a little bit messy now, because it seems like this is getting kind of really far in the depth there in some positions here. And we'll see that. I mean, it's the first game. Starters are going to play as series. Backups might play a few series. I think we'll probably see Mitch Trubisky the entire second half. And then I think we'll see Mason Rudolph come in the third quarter. And, followed by, was it Tyler Morgan or something like that? Tanner Morgan, my bad. My apologies. I think he'll be in there probably in the fourth quarter. Let's see. Need some good yardage from returns, TDs every now and again would be great too. 100%. We haven't. I think the last time a special teams kickoff or punt return went back for a touchdown was in 2019. It was Deontay Johnson, I believe, in Arizona. I was at that game. I was sitting in the end zone that Deontay Johnson was running towards, and so it was that was a great game. The Ducks were out. It was fun. It was fun. This was during Duck Mania. Let's see. I didn't connect my internet. I was like, man, my StreamYard's acting up. It's because I'm not hardwired in. I'll have to change that here in a little bit on the break. Claude Bishop says, I was looking to go to that Steelers-Packers game in October. That one's going to be a good one. That one will be a good one. I thought that game was in November, though. Could be October. Could be the last part of October, though. But that I'm excited to see the Steelers play against, Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love. I'll never understand why they extended Mitch's contract. I think he's decent. I'm more surprised that he went with it, to be honest with you. I thought that Mitch Trubisky wasn't going to go for it. All the randoms preseason is a tease. Yeah, it is. I feel like we won the game no matter what happens, bearing injury. Yup. That was many moons ago. We need to update that stat. October 10th, I believe. It could be. It could be. All right. They're back from commercial break. And they're showing a lot of the folks that are in attendance there back onto the game. 2nd and 2. Baker Mayfield play action pass. Ooh. Quan Alexander is just a man out there. He just knocked Edmonds into next week. That was a collision. He is making a claim as this guy needs to be inside linebacker number 1. Quan Alexander is a man. Wow. He just lit up the Give me 1 second. There was a penalty. Personal foul. Are you seriously going to call unnecessary roughness on that? I understand that it was a hard hit. Let's see. Let's watch it over. I guess he did maybe lead with his helmet, but he hit him in the chest. It wasn't helmet to helmet. He hit him with a face mask to the chest. Like, that's where, in my opinion, isn't that how you're designed to, you write it up on how you want somebody to hit someone? Is face mask in their chest? That's what it looked like. I mean, it was a very punishing hit. These refs are in preseason. Baker Mayfield under center, hands off the ball, gain of approximately about 7 yards or so. Up the middle. It'll be 2nd down. I am not pleased with that personal foul. Let's see. The Bumblebees, yeah, those were a good one. Do I think Mason should be QB2? I think so. I'm not a big fan of Mitch Trubisky. I'll be honest with you. Baker Mayfield, the penalty, play action pass, incomplete. It appears to be a illegal motion or formation, one of those two. I agree, Claude. I agree. Illegal formation on the offense in Tampa Bay. Penalty was declined. It'd be 3rd and 4. Interesting. So instead of pushing them back 5 yards and making it 2nd down and 9, the Pittsburgh Steelers decide to decline the penalty, make it 3rd and 4. It's an interesting decision there. 12 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Pittsburgh Steelers up 7-0. Baker Mayfield in shotgun goes back to pass. First down catch by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in front of James Pierre. End of the first quarter. With that, guys, I'm going to I don't know if you guys are familiar, but I am part of a show called the Drunk Turkey Show, and right now we have a raffle that's going on where we're going to be we're raffling off a quilt. It's a benefit raffle. Long story short, me and my wife have a French bulldog that ended up having IDD and or IVDD and lost the ability to move his rear legs. Went through surgery and now he can. And what we're doing is a raffle to kind of help out with some of those vet bills. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play that commercial that we have from Drunk Turkey Show, which is my other channel. If you're not subscribed there, highly recommend you go check it out. We talk about true crime is our main thing, but we also talk about aliens, conspiracies, and things of that nature. So go check that out. But I'm gonna take a quick break while they're in commercial. At the end of the first quarter, Pittsburgh Steelers 7, Buccaneers 0. This is our little Frenchie Nelson. Nelson was the runt of his litter, and unfortunately, he is diagnosed with IVDD, which resulted in him losing the ability to move his rear legs. Now, we were left with a couple of options, one being put Nelson down, or two, go through a costly surgery, which wasn't guaranteed to work. We gave Nelson that chance, and we went through the surgery, and fortunately, today he can walk, and he's not 100%, but he's getting there. Through rehab and continual rehab, we think he may. Those bills are extensive and continuous. In efforts to lower that financial strain, we've decided to do a raffle. This raffle is going to be of a 4x3 handmade quilt. This quilt was actually made by my mother-in-law. And so high quality, I think you'll love it. It's a rescue themed quilt. So how do you enter? There is a $5 entry to get into the raffle. All entries will be through Cash App, $ Drunk Turkey Show to enter. In the description, make sure you put your shipping address and your name. If you want to put in multiple, you can do so. You can send in, for instance, 25 and also put in the description 5 entries. The raffle will be on August 28th. The winner will be chosen at random by a wheel selector. Don't need to be present on the live. Good luck and thank you. And we're back, and so is the game. Thank you, Aquatic. I appreciate that. Baker Mayfield hands the ball off, another run, makes a couple of guys miss. Leal with the tackle, gain of 2 yards. Good to see Leal out there. You also see Quincy Roche is out there. Interesting, Baker Mayfield's playing into the second quarter. Like I mentioned before, he is in a little bit of a quarterback battle. I believe next week Kyle Trask will be making he'll be the starter over Baker Mayfield in the next preseason game. Tampa Bay hurries back up to the line. Baker Mayfield under center. Baker Mayfield goes out, play action pass caught by receiver. Looks like another first down for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think that's one of the only things that maybe perhaps Baker Mayfield has for him is he does a decent job at the play action pass, right? He didn't. Quincy Roche caught on to him, just wasn't quick enough to get back at him. James Pierre on the tackle there, but it is another first down. And the Buccaneers are now in the red zone. They are at the Pittsburgh Steelers 12-yard line, 1st and 10. Baker Mayfield in the shotgun, drops back to pass, throws, dumps it off to the running back, who gains 3 yards. It'll be second down. The Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield under center at the 9-yard line. It's a handoff up the middle. He is stopped right away for minimal gain, maybe a gain of 1. It'll be third down in the red zone for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Pittsburgh Steelers lead 7-0, 12 minutes and 53 seconds left in the game, and time is ticking. Oh no, sorry to hear that, Jared Double. Sorry to hear that, man. Our condolences. Bob Bishop says he has to give Canada credit for that drive. He did have there wasn't anything predictable there. Baker Mayfield 36 in the shotgun, drop back, throws it up, open. Did he get his feet in bounds on Justin Pierre? Or James Pierre, I'm sorry. It is a touchdown. It is called touchdown on the field. Baker Mayfield to his receiver there. Now, was his feet in bounds? I don't know, man. It didn't look like he got that foot, Palmer, that second foot down. I think he's in the white. Hopefully they review this. Right now, it's a touchdown. 6-7. Pittsburgh Steelers are up. Extra point attempt is it's coming up if it stands. I would like to see replays, but instead they have a close-up shot on Baker Mayfield's face. And it appears that they are counting it as a touchdown as the Buccaneers are lining up for the extra point attempt. Now, this was a drive aided by, in my opinion, a bad call against Quan Alexander. Baker Mayfield hits Palmer in the back. It was pretty good coverage by James Pierre, but just over his outreached hands, the game is tied 7-7 in the second quarter. Let's see if Mitch Trubisky can come back and do something. I'll be honest with you. It looked very reminiscent of what we saw last season when he was in there in the early parts of the game or early parts of the season. And they are on commercial break, y'all. So I think overall, though, I think Quan Alexander is really popping off the screen here. In my opinion, I like what I've seen out of Quan Alexander. Another person that pops out the screen, not in a positive way, was Chiefs core for, in my opinion. It looked like he was getting kind of beat there for quite a bit. When Kenny Pickett had pressure, it appeared that it was coming from that right tackle side. Those are my two players at this point that I can say popped off the screen. One positive, one negative. I think Kenny Pickett looked really good too. Because last season, one of the things that I thought was an issue was he left some clean pockets and his feet, he got a little bit of happy feet, right? It didn't look like that today. He looked calm. He looked confident. He looked like he was able to move up even with pressure in his face and just get out of the way and make something out of nothing. I'm excited about this year. Aquatic asked if he's still the captain. If you're referring to Mr. Trubisky, I don't think they've named any captains at this point. I don't think anybody's considered a captain at this point either. So I'm not sure. I don't think he's going to be a captain, though. I think Kenny Pickett's going to be the captain this year. Ray asked, I wonder why they didn't play Landon Roberts. Maybe I saw him out there early on. It was Landon Roberts and it was Cole Holcomb to start the game, and for the first drive, and then after that it was Cole Holcomb and Quan Alexander, and Quan Alexander just lit it up. Right. And we're back. Oh, wow. So Anthony McFarland is now back to receive the kickoff. Is Calvin Austin just not going to return kicks or punts, or is, they don't want to see him there yet? Like, I don't think he's done anything to deserve not to be on there to see what he has. I just don't get it. I've heard from a couple of different places that he's had a great camp. He's fast. His speed is back. I've heard at a couple places that Calvin Austin maybe not have had the best of camp, that he's dropped a couple of passes. All right, so Mr. Trubisky is out there in the shotgun formation. So is Connor Hayward. Anthony McFarland is to his side. Play action pass. Mr. Trubisky going deep, throwing to Cody White, who had it in his hands, bobbled it. Ball bounces up and is intercepted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. McCollum on the sideline. Horrible display of offense there. He actually had Calvin Austin wide open. This was going to be a tough pass. I mean, I understand that it hit Cody White's hands at a certain point, but it was very contested. The throw itself wasn't a bad one. It was just a bad decision. The positioning by the cornerback from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers was right on. It was on his hip, had his shoulders and his head's turned, looking back at the quarterback. This was a bad play on Mitch Trubisky in that aspect. Underneath, running towards the sideline was Calvin Austin III, who was beating his guy by at least 3 yards. And Mitch Trubisky decided to throw it over the top. I get it. He's trying to be aggressive, but the last time we saw Mitch Trubisky, or one of the last times we saw him, was going up against the Baltimore Ravens last season, where he threw 3 interceptions in a game that the Pittsburgh Steelers, in my opinion, should have won had it not been for those turnovers. I'll be honest, guys. Mitch Trubisky looks like Mitch Trubisky of last year. I'm not seeing a difference. What I saw last year in preseason, first game against the Cincinnati Bengals, bad decision making, hesitation, just not looking comfortable in the pocket. It just appears to be there when it comes to him. So, yeah, it was not. I thought he was throwing to GP. No, that wasn't GP. Mitch is not that guy. No, he's not. He isn't. And if Mason Rudolph comes out here and puts up some decent numbers, I think there definitely does need to be a conversation to be had there. Should the Steelers put Mason Rudolph at number 2 over Mr. Trubisky? I thought last year it should have been that way. I thought the Steelers should have started Kenny Pickett and had Mason Rudolph number 2. Just because Mason Rudolph had been in the offense the longest, he's more familiar with it, familiar with the players. That Mitch Trubisky, it was his first year last year. And so, I was surprised, especially when Mitch Trubisky goes in against Baltimore, throws up 3 interceptions, and then I believe it was against Carolina the next week. He ends up, doing all right or whatever. But I would have rather have seen Mason in that situation. But ball goes over. Buccaneers have the ball at the 41-yard line of Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield goes back, play action pass, throws the ball deep, wide open to a receiver. There is a penalty. Elijah Riley on the coverage. It appears there was a push off and that this is going to go back. Pass interference, offense. There was a push off. It is going back. Mitch Trubisky is getting paid quite a bit to be a backup. This is 100% correct. 100%. It'll be 1st and 20 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Moving them back in this 7-7 ball game. It is the second quarter, less than 12 minutes left in the game. In the 2023 preseason opener, Baker Mayfield under center. 2 receivers at the top of the screen, 1 running back. Handoff. And he is stopped by number 95, Keanu. Wait, I think that's Keanu Benton. I could be wrong. Number 95. Let me look that up. That is Keanu Benton. He shows up. And I like this. Man, he's a big guy. Like if you look at Keanu Benton compared to Isaiah Loudermilk, he makes him look smaller. Oh, pressure again coming up from Benton. Baker Mayfield ends up getting the pass off, gain of almost a first down there. It'll be 3rd and 1. But Benton is out there making some pressure there against Baker Mayfield. Kind of falls down there, but he beats the double team, gets up in there. He was a guy that apparently was having some struggle issues with Kendrick Green, and people were a little bit concerned. But he's a big boy out there. 3rd down, handoff up the middle. And it appears that the running back was stopped. It'll be 4th down and 1. Way to go. Way to go, defense. I think Tampa Bay goes for it. They were going to go for it earlier when they were in their inside of their own 40. I'm pretty positive they're going to be going for it here. Fourth down, Baker Mayfield under center. What's up, Arsenal? Does a handoff, nowhere near close. Stopped for a 4-yard loss. Keanu Benton in on it. Marvin Leal in on it on a 4th down run. Turnover on downs. The Pittsburgh Steelers lose nothing in the turnover in the pick from thrown by Mitch Trubisky. Way to go. Defense is looking good, y'all. And one thing I'll say this is there are a lot of Steelers around the ball. A lot of Steelers around the ball. And, last season, when you would watch this defense and there'd be a person getting tackled, there wasn't that pursuit in certain situations, right? Yeah, that wasn't coming. This year, again, it's preseason. But so far, this defense seems physical. They seem hungry. These guys, and these are the depth guys. They're running to the ball. They're running to make the tackle. They're running to help out and assist. Love it. Love it. Steelers take over. There is a small commercial break. But the Pittsburgh Steelers tied 7-7 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the 2023 preseason opener in Raymond James Stadium. Let's see. I want to thank everybody that's watching. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hit that like button too while you're at it. Don't cost nothing. It'll help out. The channel helps put things out in motion. I'll be doing this. I think I kind of like this, so I might be doing this. For the games where I'm not going to be attending. We'll see. We'll see. During the regular season, I will be honest. I get a little crazy. Last season, there was a play where, the Steelers end up scoring a touchdown, right? And I had a lamp that was posted up to my left, and when Najee got the touchdown, I was on my couch. To my left was the lamp, and next to the lamp was the love seat. I had a football in my hand. I threw the football at the love seat, right? Like in a spiking motion. And then I moved my hands up like this in a touchdown motion, but my arm went through the lampshade. I was too close to it. Got too crazy. I get crazy. So, we'll see. We'll see if I do the regular season, but I will be doing the preseason games. And we're back. On the screen is Coach Mike Tomlin. It is 1st down and 10. The Pittsburgh Steelers start at the Tampa Bay 48-yard line. There is a jet sweep to Calvin Austin, who is showing off that speed. Gain of about 16 yards for the speedy wide receiver. That's what I think, all those jet sweeps, all those, reverses that the Pittsburgh Steelers ran last season, I think they were designed for one Calvin Austin. Got to see a good glimpse of what he can do out of that slot as that speedster. Mr. Trubisky and a shotgun. Gunnar Olszewski goes back. Oh, pass deflected. Gunnar Olszewski went in motion. There was a play action pass. and it was deflected in Mitch Trubisky's face. 2nd down and 10. Again, just not excited about what I'm seeing out of Mitch Trubisky. I think, the camera's on Tomlin too, and I think he's got the same facial expression as I do. Like, I don't know about this guy. Mr. Trubisky comes out 2nd and 10 under center. Anthony McFarland behind him. Calvin Austin goes in motion. Another jet sweep to Calvin Austin, who makes guy somewhat miss, gain of about 7 yards there. Very quick, very small though. You'll notice that he's not just short, but he's very thin, a thin player. Yeah, does stand out. He's smaller than he makes Anthony McFarland look tall. But he's a speedy guy. Connor Hayward out as the tight end. Goes into motion. Mitch Trubisky in shotgun. Anthony McFarland to his left. Kenny Green snaps the ball. Mitch Trubisky goes back to pass. Throws the ball. Hits Connor Hayward. 1st down. Tampa Bay 13-yard line. Broderick Jones is looking pretty good out there. And I need to pay attention more to him. I hadn't been paying attention or noticing him, but that's a good thing. Yeah, that's a good thing. Oh no, rookie Diaby for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers looks like he's down. Don't look like it's too serious. He's been given pressure on the quarterback. He's standing up on his own power. Looks like he's all right. Good for him. I want to see who that right tackle is. I haven't been paying attention. I don't think it was Dan Moore. I think it was LaRaven Clark. Leonard, my other channel is Drunk Turkey Show. We're about 300-400 people shy of 40,000 subscribers over there. Go check us out. Mr. Trubisky going under center. Zach Gentry goes in motion. Darnell Washington is also out there. Mr. Trubisky hands the ball off to Anthony McFarland. Has a lane open. Touchdown, Pittsburgh Steelers. Anthony McFarland run to the right side, untouched. To the side of Darnell Washington, Herbig, Gentry. It was great play, great design. Anthony McFarland came in. It was a little bit of a counter move. Comes in and then bounces it to the outside. When he pushed up, the outside corner came over the top, put him out of position, and Anthony McFarland was just able to bounce it out. That's what's been missing out of Anthony McFarland's game. He's had the speed, right? But he's not been able to put it together and put it into the end zone. I know it's preseason, but it's good to see. Touchdown. Pittsburgh Steelers up 14-7. Point after is good. 8 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And thank you, Carolyn. I appreciate that. This is my first time doing it, so I should get better. Thank you, Carol. I appreciate that. Yeah, it is my first time. I think I with Steeler Nation Australia, Mark Davison. I sat in with him on one time. Me and him watched the preseason game last year, but I wasn't doing play-by-play. It was just kind of me and him watching the game. This is my first time trying to call the play-by-play, and I'll tell you what, there is a lot going on. I'll try to say in one go, and it's pretty hard to do so. But because you want to inform people that, hey, who are the receivers? What's the formation? Who's going in motion? Which direction the play is going? What type of play? Is it a play action? Is it a handoff? Is it a pass, drop back? and then which direction. So it gets a little bit what's the word I'm looking for? It jams up a little bit, but I'm starting to get the hang of it, I think. Claude Bishop comes in and saying McFarland and Warren might be the reason Najee doesn't get a 5th-year option. That's a thank you, guy Lloyd. I appreciate that too. And I think there's a good chance that is the case. I mean, it's not that I don't love Najee or don't want Najee to be a Pittsburgh Steeler for his entire career. I do. But the value of the position is what the value of the position is. And Najee being a guy that ended up getting drafted, a little bit older for a running back. I think he's going to be like 28, 29 years old when it comes down to that second year contract. That's just going to be difficult. That the Steelers are going to say, all right, we're going to pay you X amount, for the next few years, when history shows that those years aren't typically the best for running backs. So it'll be interesting to see. But here's the other question. Quan Alexander looks good. Anthony McFarland just scored a touchdown. He seems to be a consistent third down back. Who's wearing 26? Who's wearing 26? I, for one, prefer McFarland to wear 26 and to see Quan Alexander, change it up something different. But we'll see. We'll see. Now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a new quarterback, Kyle Trask, makes his entrance into the game. This is his 3rd year, but he's only thrown 9 passes. And apparently his grandfather played for the Houston Oilers. What is up, Gene? Good seeing you. Kyle Trask is under center. 2 receivers bunched up to his left. 1 running back behind him. Handoff. Loss of 2 yards. Tackle by number 37 by the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not sure who. Well, this says here that number 37 is Elijah Riley, which I thought he was 35. Did I give credit to the wrong person earlier? But if that ends up, that is Elijah Riley. I thought he was 37. I thought when I saw 35, I see what I saw. I think I see what I did wrong. Kyle Trask throws, has a man wide open. James Pierre has been picked on, apparently. First down for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And they have moved the ball up to the 45-yard line of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. First down and 10. Correction, they are at the 47-yard line. Kyle Trask, hands off, jet sweep. Gain of approximately 3 yards. Tackled by Mark Robinson. Good job. Way to pursue. Minimum yards. Second down for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. At about the Steeler at the Tampa Bay 48. Making Pear Island a vacation spot. It's a 5-star resort right now. Kyle Trask under center. Receiver at the top, receiver at the bottom. Looks like 12 personnel, 2 tight ends. Handoff to the running back. Has it open over the right side. First down and more. Gain of about, there is a penalty flag thrown late. Gain of approximately about, look like 15 yards there. To the right side. Looks like they're having a little bit of success running that direction. Let's see what the penalty flag is. So on the right side was DeMarvin Leal, and it's a hold. That's definitely a hold against Mark Robinson. But on the right side is DeMarvin Leal and David Perales. And it seems that these guys are going after them in that direction. Since that hold was down the field, it's still 2nd and 8. That does not appear to be 2nd and 8. That looks more like 2nd and 16. There it is. Now they changed it on the screen. Kyle Trask, quick pass, loss of yards. Going to be 3rd down and 20 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Going backwards very quickly. You know, with some of these teams that are out there, you know, they'll be able to move the ball, but we saw it ourselves. You know, 2019 was a pretty good example of that. You know, you'll see a team that, you know, the Steelers and Mason Rudolph would move the ball, and then there would be something that happened, whether it's a holding penalty or something negative happens. It just kind of derails everything, derails the momentum. Seems like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going through that. Kyle Trask by himself, shotgun, passes the ball down the field, intercepted by number 17, Thompson for the Pittsburgh Steelers. First interception of the 2023 season or preseason for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Great coverage by number 17. Was watching Kyle Trask guys the entire time. Was playing coverage safety. Trent Thompson, defensive back out of San Diego State. 6'1", 196 pounds. Got his hands on the ball. He did a very good job there. So watching Kyle Trask, picked him off. Good job. Good job. Pittsburgh Steelers now have the ball. 14-7 in the second quarter. That was awesome. You are now at a commercial break. There is 5 minutes and 12 seconds left in the game. Out on the field is Connor Hayward, Cody White, Mitch Trubisky. Now they're showing Trask again. Oh, no, that's Mason Rudolph is in the game. We have a Mason Rudolph sighting at 5'12". He's in the shotgun formation. Connor Hayward back with him. Mason goes back to pass, throws the ball. Oh, just a little too low for a wide open Calvin Austin, who was curling out there towards the sideline. Need to pick up that ball a little bit, Mason. A good decision. Low throw. It still kind of got there. Calvin Austin could have picked that up off, but it was a difficult catch. Could have been made. Need a better throw there by the former Oklahoma State quarterback. Mason Rudolph under center. Calvin Austin goes in for handoff to Connor Hayward up the middle for a gain of looked like about maybe 5 yards there. So Connor Hayward playing a little bit of a halfback in this game. It's going to be coming out of the game right now. 3rd and 5. The huddle breaks. Cody White in at the top of the screen, followed by Gunnar Olszewski. Kevin Austin at the bottom. Mason Rudolph in shotgun. Anthony McFarland to his right. Snaps the ball. Goes back to pass. Mason Rudolph hit as he throws. The ball is caught by Cody White, but not enough for a first down. It'll be 4th down and 2 inside Tampa Bay area. Do the Pittsburgh Steelers go for it? I think they should. I mean, this is preseason. This is what you're here for. I think there should have been a penalty there. I mean, there was a hit to Mason Rudolph's face. You can't hit the quarterback in the face. You can't punch him in the face mask. That boy's been hit in the head more times than any other quarterback since he's been in the league. That is not a starter. There should be a penalty, and there is a flag, late flag there, personal foul. No, wait, illegal contact on that penalty on that play. It should have been personal foul on the quarterback. It's 1st down, 1st and 10 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mason Rudolph under center, Anthony McFarland behind him. Zach Gentry goes in motion. Olszewski is the lone receiver at the bottom of the screen. Now, Calvin Austin goes in motion. Handoff to Anthony McFarland. He's got some daylight going up. 15, 16 yards. Penalty flag at the end of the play. It'd be interesting to see what it was, but that was, for now, gain of at least 15 yards for Anthony McFarland off to the left side. Looking very explosive so far. It does appear to be on the Pittsburgh Steelers as everybody is continuing to walk backwards, unfortunately. It is a holding on the Pittsburgh Steelers. First down. Redo first down. Appears to be on Kendrick Green as they're showing him. So Kendrick Green was he's got his hands on the inside of his guy. It's a little ticky-tacky, but he does have his hands. It's 1st and 20 now. Back the Steelers back up to the Tampa Bay 48-yard line. Let's see what they can do. So far I think Kendrick Green's doing all right. Mason Rudolph in shotgun formation, Cody White at the bottom. Zach Gentry in motion. Oh no, fumble. Bad snap. Mason Rudolph has to jump on it. It'll be 2nd and forever. This is what I was talking about. This is exactly what I said about the other team. Like something bad goes wrong and everything just kind of dominoes out of control. And it was 2019 Mason Rudolph that I brought up. I'm not trying to say that this is characteristic of Mason Rudolph, but these quarterbacks are backups for a reason. I don't think it was his fault on that snap, but it's just every time, 2nd down and 36. What does Matt Canada have in his playbook? All right, Mason Rudolph in shotgun, goes back to pass, has time, dumps it off to Anthony McFarland for minimal gain. It'll be 3rd down and like 33 yards or 32 yards, something like that. Watch for the draw. But, man, I should have knocked on wood after I said what I said about Kyle Trask. 3rd down and 32. I will say I think Mason does look better than Mitch, though. Mason Rudolph in shotgun, Anthony McFarland to his side, goes back to pass. Dude, it's preseason. Just throw it deep. He gets hit, throws it as he was going to the ground. 4th down. And pressure in his face. I will say that's a 2-minute warning, y'all. 2-minute warning. Pittsburgh Steelers up 14-7 still. They'll be punting on the other side of this commercial break. Well, I'll tell you what. Based on what I'm seeing here, based on what I've known from last season, if I was Coach T, my quarterback depth chart would definitely be Kenny Pickett 1, followed by, I think, Mason Rudolph. Although didn't do anything better than Mitch, wasn't as aggressive, doesn't kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what you want out of your backup quarterback. You want somebody that's not going to kill you or take you out of games. You're not looking for a guy that's going to go out there and put 350 yards, throw for 4 touchdowns and win you a game. If he was capable and able to do that, then he'd be your starting quarterback, right? Mitch Trubisky tried to do that, try to show that he was still starter capable last season when he came in against the Baltimore Ravens, and for the concussed Kenny Pickett, and didn't look good. He threw 3 interceptions, and basically, that game goes a different way. Steelers are in the playoffs. There's a lot of those games last season that go a different way, just slightly different. Just minimize the mistakes, or don't fumble if you're going to Reshevsky against the New England Patriots, and the Steelers are in the playoffs last season. It's unfortunate that's not the case, but Mitch Trubisky had his role in that, and I don't see anything different for him, in my opinion. Connor was probably backed way up, though. Maybe. Should have tried Austin on the go route. I think so. They should have tried that. And that's why I was like, man, just throw it up, dude. It's 3rd and 36. This is the preseason. It's not going to make a difference. If it gets intercepted, it's not going to be much better than the punt that we're about to do, right? I mean, it's 4th and like 30 something. The punter's going to get about 40 yards, right? Maybe 50 yards. I mean, this isn't Presley Harvin. All right, so a 45-yard punt, maybe a couple of yard return. So even if you throw it up and try to get the first down and it's picked off, that's not much difference than a punt. I mean, you're backed up. You're at your own, I don't know, 40 or so, and so you get you put them in their own end zone. It's not like if they intercepted, they're gonna have the ball at the Steelers 40. It'd probably be further down. I don't know. I just don't like the decision there. Given the stakes being very little for positioning and things of that nature, and being very high, for these guys as far as their employment with the team. Mason Rudolph went this entire offseason. I don't think he wanted to be a Pittsburgh Steeler this year, but nobody gave him an opportunity, or at least one that paid him as much as the Steelers, which is why he's back. All right, so we're back. Steelers in punt formation. Man for the punt. It's kicking off. It's a short one. Around where the first yard line was. Elijah Riley on the tackle there for no gain on the punt. I'm telling you, Elijah Riley is my dark horse. He's my guy. I think he's going to make the 53. Kyle Trask comes back onto the field. 1 minute and 52 seconds remaining. We're going to see some 2-minute offense and defense. And then I'm going to close it off today for our first ever stream. Just going to do the first half today, y'all. Next game, I'm probably going to do the entire game. And it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers at home. I want to say against the Buffalo Bills. I think it might be the dress rehearsal game. We'll see. Kyle Trask in shotgun goes back to pass. There is a blitz. Cole Holcomb, dang, he just knocked somebody on his tail. Coming in on a blitz, hit the linebacker, knocked him on his butt, and then tackled the quarterback for a sack. No, it was the running back. Dang, he blew up the running back harsh, and then the tackle tripped over the running back. I thought he blew up the tackle because I saw the tackle on the ground, but it was the running back. I don't think that was Cole Holcomb either. That was number 53. It looked like 55 there for a second. Let me see. Who is number 53 for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Man, I'm having to go into not even on my depth chart here. Kyle Trask goes back to pass, throws the ball down the field. Almost whoever this 53 person is was in coverage there and blocked the ball there. Nearly blocked the ball. Was definitely blocking the vision. That is Nick Kwiatkowski. It's looking good out there. If you guys watch the Steel Curtain Network, formerly Behind the Steel Curtain, I come out on Mondays on a show called The Hangover, and I'm with Shannon White. Nick Kwiatkowski is a guy that Shannon was really, really high on. He's looking really good out there. Really is. It is 4th and 6 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're going to be punting the ball. There is 1 minute and 18 seconds left. Just enough time for the Pittsburgh Steelers to do something if Mason Rudolph can do so. Ball goes out of bounds at the Pittsburgh Steelers 32-yard line. Decent position. Let's see if the Pittsburgh Steelers can go in there and at least get a field goal before the end of the half. Not a touchdown. Let's do this. Apparently, Tampa Bay is selling season passes still. They're on sale, actually. There's not that problem in the Berg, I'll tell you what. There are not. The Pittsburgh Steelers are having no problems finding season ticket holders. And again, I am one, and I do sell most of my tickets to the games. I only attend 2 a year. Mason Rudolph takes the snap at shotgun, throws the ball down the field, has Gunnar Olszewski open for a gain of approximately 16 yards down to the Pittsburgh Steelers 47. Mason Rudolph, no huddle, shouting out orders. He's the most experienced guy in this offense. He should know this 2-minute drill better than anybody. Mason Rudolph goes back to pass, looking deep down the field, throws the ball to Connor Hayward, open down the seam, down to the 30-yard line. I would call a timeout right here. It appears that they did. 44 seconds left in the game. Pittsburgh Steelers on the move. There's a shot of Kenny Pickett with the headset on, still tuning in, listening in, trying to be a part of this offense. That was a good pass by Kenny Pick. I mean by Mason Rudolph there, uh, in the open window that he had there. Good throw, good catch. Connor Hayward, I think, I saw some interviews with him, and he was talking about how he feels that he's, being a little bit undervalued, especially in the Madden ratings when it comes to his hands and his catching ability. His catch radius is insane in his opinion, and I think he's right. He's going to be a great guy and a great asset for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Mason Rudolph back in shotgun. To his right is Anthony McFarland. At the top of the screen is Calvin Austin. Snap. Mason Rudolph goes back to pass, throws deep to Calvin Austin, just too far out, was hit after the throw. Looked kind of like a hard hit there. He's all right. Mason Rudolph gets off the field. That was a blitz. Got hit kind of low, but he did okay. Did all right. Led Calvin Austin just a little bit too far. That was good coverage there. It'll be 2nd down and 10, 40 seconds left in the half. Pittsburgh Steelers are in shotgun formation. Darnell Washington on the field. Mason Rudolph goes back to pass. He is under pressure, moves around, was a clean pocket, is sacked, 3rd down. 32 ticks left. What happened there, man? Felt the pressure. It was a blitz. It was picked up, though. But I think when you know that Anthony McFarland is the guy that's going to be going up against an outside linebacker and protection, I guess your clock is ticking a lot faster there. You know what I'm saying? And Anthony McFarland did his best to get in the way and got in the way. But clearly rattled. Mason Rudolph looked down, began to scramble in the pocket unsuccessfully, and went down for a sack. 3rd and 15, 34 seconds left. 1 timeout for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are at the Tampa Bay 34-yard line. Mason Rudolph in shotgun formation. Connor Hayward goes in motion. Calvin Austin at the bottom of the screen. Good protection. Mason Rudolph observes. Mason's running. Mason got the 1st down, slides on the run. Tick, tick, tick. 22 seconds, 21, 20 seconds. Not sure what to do. Call a timeout. 18 seconds left in the game. On the Mason Rudolph scramble. Showing off the wheels. Showing off the wheels is Mason Rudolph. This is some exciting football. No timeouts left. 20 seconds on the clock. Pittsburgh Steelers are winning 14-7 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Raymond James Stadium. Kenny Pickett drove the ball down the field on an impressive 10-play, 83-yard drive that ended with a Pickens touchdown. Hopefully it's a glimpse of more to come. This is some exciting football. This is 2-minute time. I mean, Coach T looks like this is what he loves to see. Mason Rudolph comes out in shotgun formation. Cody White at the bottom of the screen. Calvin Austin at the top. Mason Rudolph throws the ball over the middle. Caught by Cody White. Makes a tackle. Is run to the sidelines. Doesn't make it. 12 seconds. 11, 10, 9. You're going to have to spike the ball. 6. They're down at the 12. 4, 3, 2, spike. 2 seconds left. And here comes on the field goal kicker. If Cody White goes down in the first hit, in my opinion, I think there's probably about another 7-8 seconds saved and spiking the ball at that point, because they hit him and he was on the right side of the hash, and he attempted to get all the way to the left outside out of bounds line, and he made about 3 yards short of the out of bounds mark. So had he gone down at the right hash, there probably is about 8-9 seconds left. The field goal is up and good. Pittsburgh Steelers are winning at halftime 17-7 on an exciting debut in the 2023 preseason. Thank you, Claude. I appreciate it. we're at halftime. I'm going to talk a little bit about the game, and then I'm going to close it out and go watch the remaining portion of it in the living room. I think I like what I've seen so far. The defense, we have to remember a lot of the defense wasn't playing today. Majority of the starting defense wasn't playing today. Start off, not even the first drive. Offensively, majority of the offensive starters were there, and they look good. I tell you what, like I mentioned before, Kenny Pickett took it down the field, 83 yards, 10 plays. Pickett to Pickens connection is solid. It's great. It's a great debut so far. And one of the things that I like so far that I've been seeing, it isn't even just, the fact that the Pittsburgh Steelers were able to drive down the field. The play calls weren't predictable. They were, it made you think for a second there, right? This wasn't what is expected out of this offense in the last few years. This offense in the last couple of years, my wife will tell you, we'd gone to games and I would tell her, like, hey, we're going to pass the ball here, probably to the right side, pass the ball to the left, run up the middle, play action pass, which was very few times. And, about 80% of the time I was correct. It was extremely predictable. And I wasn't going to tell you if it was a toss or a pitch or any of those things, but I can tell you a fair amount of accuracy if it was a run or a pass and which direction they were going. And if I could, and I'm just a fan, I'm fairly positive majority of NFL defensive coordinators were. And it didn't bode well for the Pittsburgh Steelers offensively. And this year, and like I said, this is preseason, it's vanilla still. But so far and thus far, I've seen creativity. I've seen non-predictability. And like I said, this is the vanilla aspect. So we should expect more creativity and less predictability of predictable plays once the regular season starts. I am excited. I think that we're in for a good year. But I'll be back a little bit later on this week. I'm going to be back first thing on Monday on the Steel Curtain Network on The Hangover with Shannon White. We're going to be talking about this game and its conclusion and its totality. And then I'm going to be back on State of the Steelers, talking about any breaking news and things of that nature. But that's the first half, y'all. We'll see you guys next week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace.